I'm Samantha Busch, NASCAR driver.
This year, my fiance and I, Samantha Sarcinello, will be traveling to over 50 cities, competing in over 80 races, and also planning the New Year's bash of a lifetime, our wedding.
Kyle said racing's all about me, so this wedding can be all about whatever you envision. I don't like furs, but I figure the animal would have been dead by now anyways. Oh, it's beautiful.
It looks like she goes, okay, well, I like it, so we're going with it.
Our families aren't gonna eat, they're just gonna stand. There's things I like and there's things I don't like.
I'm just there for the beer.
Give us a little spin.
Life as a NASCAR couple is really busy. We're either at the track, at an appearance, or traveling from city to city. But this year, our lives got a whole lot busier because we're getting married.
I'm Samantha Busch, NASCAR driver. I get quite a few nicknames offered to me up through the seasons.
Kyle, please, stop!
The nickname Rowdy came about a few years ago. I was getting in a little bit of trouble here and there, but it just kind of stuck. It's just been there ever since.
Kyle and I met at a racetrack. I was a promotional model.
I knew she was a promo girl, but she thought I was a promo guy. I saw her from a distance, so I figured I'd get her to come over, actually ask her if she wanted to go for a ride. She did not know I was a race car driver.
We texted and talked on the phone for quite a number of months. He was really shy, so it took a while to kind of like break that. And I kind of got to see Kyle the person, not Kyle the race car driver.
My career, of course, it's always on TV. When you grow up in the limelight,
Kyle, nice bit of driving tonight.
Thanks a lot, Curtis.
whether it's good, whether it's bad,
That's pretty much the only way I knew how to be. Well, Sam came along and changed all that.
most people would say that I have improved since I've met Samantha and that she brings out the best in me. Samantha and I, we both try to run Samantha Busch Motorsports to the best of our ability. She does a lot with the foundation. She does a lot with the retail. I do a lot of the behind-the-scenes work with the sponsorships and with the personnel and being able to get the company operational.
I love how passionate Kyle is. I mean, he puts all his effort into everything he does, whether it's racing or us, whatever it is, he really goes all for it. I like that he doesn't like half-ass anything.
My schedule's always pretty packed throughout the year. From February to November, every weekend we're at the racetrack.
We're on the road a lot. He's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. So we really try to make time for us as a couple. We learn to kind of really appreciate the time that we do have together. The foundation next year, we're working on doing an event in Charlotte and one in Texas. People kind of see the more quiet, stronger side of Kyle, but I get to see the cute side, like him rolling around with the dogs or, you know, just us being cute.
I think my favorite thing about Samantha is just how family-oriented she is.
Growing up outside of Chicago in a huge Italian family really made me who I am today. I don't know where I would be without my parents and my brother, and I can't wait for Kyle and I to start a life like that. My favorite thing about Kyle is just the way that he makes me feel. He's very affectionate, and I love it because it makes me feel really good, and that's one of my favorite things about him.
I think we're different in some ways where I'm maybe a little bit more reserved. She's a bit outgoing.
Oh, it's hysterical. We're day and night, and I think that's why it works. You know, I'm really outgoing and bubbly, and he was a little more shy. I feel like Kyle and I balance each other really well.
Well, the reason you can't stand very well is probably your shoes.
I can stand. I'm just getting sea legs when I stand up sometimes.
Nice shoes, honey.
Between our different personalities and our work ethics, somehow it just works together to make us both better people.
I knew she was the one after a few months of just seeing her and dating her. I kept telling people, like, this is the girl. I'm going to marry this girl. Everybody else told me I was crazy, but I was right. Well, I knew before going into the proposal that I needed to ask Samantha's father for her hand in marriage.
You have a hat on so they won't see the shine. No,
I think Kyle was very nervous asking Steve, being the Italian dad, and I'm sure Steve had something to say such as, you hurt my daughter, you know. I think his famous line is, you could drive a race car with one broken leg, but not with two.
But not with two.
Well, I kept waiting and waiting before I would propose to her because she was expecting it. And so when I finally sprung it on her, she had no idea.
Kyle and I had talked about getting married, but I just thought maybe we'll get the race team started first, or maybe we'll see how the season starts.
We're in Daytona for our first race weekend of the year, and it was going to be our first night in our new motorhome, which basically was our new house together, so I figured what better moment than now to propose.
And he got down on one knee, and I just remember being like, are you kidding right now? I mean, I did not see it coming. I had no idea. I think I said, are you F-word kidding me? In a good way, because I was really excited. And then he said, will you marry me? And I just stood there in shock and kind of cried.
I never got an answer. The story behind the engagement ring was just trying to get her something that she really wanted.
Wow.
Oh, look, honey, they look all the same.
I didn't want to go with a store-bought ring because I felt like she would just kind of feel like too many people might have the opportunity to buy something like that or to wear something like that. She really wanted something unique. It took me about 5 months to design the ring and build the ring.
My engagement ring is a one-of-a-kind. It's a princess-cut stone that they turned kite style, which means they just flipped it to be a diamond shape instead of a square. And then they kind of did a scalloped border around it, and I'm just in love with it. I had no idea an engagement ring could be so awesome. The first thing I want to find for the wedding is my dress. It's pretty much one of the most important parts of the wedding. I found Michael Cinco online, and now I'm pretty much stalking him. I love his work. His dresses have feathers and jewels and beadwork like I've never seen before. But he's in Dubai, so it's kind of complicated. I've emailed every email address I can find for him. I've called his secretary. I'm hunting him down until I get him. Hands down, the designer for me is Michael Cinco. I think a wedding is kind of like a little girl's fantasy. It doesn't matter how old you are. Girls are always going to look at the bridal magazines or think about if they got married, this is how they would do it. I just want the wedding to be magical. I want people to walk into our wedding and just be wowed by the decorations, the flowers, and kind of how it's really different and funky. I really like my own kind of style. Ooh, with feathers. I just want people to be like, that was the coolest wedding I've ever went to. We had such a good time. I just want our guests, to be really happy.
Weddings in Chicago because most of her family's within 30 minutes of the city.
Ever since I was a little girl, I've known I wanted to get married in Chicago. It's just the perfect place.
We knew we had to choose somewhere in the off season, and so our race season goes from February to November, and then you kind of have the holidays and stuff, but New Year's Eve seemed like it would be the best fit. We could have a really big blowout.
Once we decided to get married in Chicago, we knew we wanted to get married at Holy Name Cathedral.
My wedding planner and I had a long talk in the beginning of this process, and I don't want to miss any of the wedding. I've heard stories of brides where they didn't get to eat or dance or enjoy any time with their guests. That's why we decided a 7-hour reception was appropriate.
Samantha and I started working together shortly after they got engaged.
Susan is my wedding planner. She's the owner of Big City Bride.
We had only about 10 months to make it happen, which is kind of a short time in the scheme of weddings.
We were looking at a lot of different venues in Chicago, but I know Samantha really has her heart set on the Cultural Center.
The first problem is that Chicago Cultural Center is closed on New Year's Eve. But the second I walked in, I said, this is the place. I can't picture us having our reception anywhere else. Look at the ceiling. She said, okay, what's your first choice? I said, Chicago Cultural Center. She said, second choice? I said, Chicago Cultural Center.
The New Year's Eve thing was more of a hurdle than I even realized.
I know there's a lot of hurdles to getting the Chicago Cultural Center on New Year's Eve, but my gosh, it's just stunning. I can't picture us having our reception anywhere else.
Samantha is her own type of bride. She works really hard at making sure that it's her way and in a way that it's never been done before.
I'm not a bridezilla or anything, but I know what I want, and if it's not done right, I get a little testy. Do you love it? I love it.
We were there and she goes, what do you think of that? And I'm like, it looks like She goes, okay, well, I like it, so we're going with it.
Stop going crazy.
But it's our invitations. They have to look nice.
They don't have to be $100 a piece.
Yes, they do.
You pay for them.
This time off turn 2, Kyle Busch slides. He hits the wall. Keselowski gets into the back end and retakes the lead. And then Busch is right back up. He turns Keselowski. He's in the wall. Brad Keselowski gets collected by Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch will win the Food City 250 tonight.
With the Bristol sweep under our belts, the wedding's now only 4 months away, so I need to get back to Chicago and start making some decisions. Hi! Susan, the wedding planner, is great. I knew right away I would like her because Susan's really feisty and she doesn't take no for an answer. She goes all out for it.
The theme is old world glamour. We're going to start here at the Cultural Center. I know you've only seen it once, only for a few minutes, so we're going to get a better look at it now that we have it officially.
Yay!
Normally, the Chicago Cultural Center is closed on New Year's Eve, so we had to go through some red tape to make sure it was open for this big affair. And we're going to walk the space, then go eat, do invitations, talk about the rest of the planning, and then ultimately get to the design.
Yay! I had envisioned, like I said, this kind of vintage glam wedding. And when you walk into the Chicago Cultural Center, it was actually the original public library, and it has these huge Tiffany domes, and it's very old, and it has lots of details and characters. It's got like these cool rosettes up in the ceiling, and it's got mosaic, and there's just a lot of character to the building. Oh, could we get bartenders that do the flair and everything too? You know, and make it like lively.
Like what?
You know, like where they flip the bottles and then there's fires. Now that we have the venues, it's time to design our invites. What I had pictured to start with is a champagne square done on a paper with a border on the top and the left-hand side in a suede or a leather or some sort of fabric, and the paper would almost sit on top of the suede, so it almost gave it a layered effect. I guess that's what I had envisioned, but I'm open to anything.
Okay, that's interesting.
I go with the flow to an extent. Like, I know what I want. Sometimes it takes me a while to get there. I think what I'm picturing more so than this is a solid border and then taking this laser cutting and bringing it from the same color onto the paper.
You just confused the rest of us.
I know.
So you want to cut these two sides off, correct?
Yeah.
This would be
so
suede
this is
or leather.
That's your backer.
This, and then it would be
Right,
scallopy like
yeah.
this, and this is the actual invite.
Yeah.
But the
words,
cutting is
text.
on this portion.
What cutting?
Do you want to keep going with the lines of this pattern here?
What pattern? No, I don't want any lines. I want it all to be suede laser.
Right.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Right, but
Laser cut out.
laser
so
cut
you
out.
see the suede through this laser cut.
No.
Maybe you need a man's advice on this one.
No. Just quickly, the one thing I want is on those, I want it to be a box that you open. That's my
And we'll grab you some of that behind you.
You can.
Hey, Cookie Boy.
Cookie Monster.
Keep going. Tell us
Okay.
more about what you're thinking.
So kind of like,
It's an open. Yeah.
Gatefold.
yeah. And, yeah.
But bigger.
But bigger.
Huge box.
And there's these.
What? That's an invitation?
Yeah. It's
a Bible.
people will save forever.
Anyways. So, anyways, it's this rosette from the Chicago Cultural Center. They're on the ceilings, and I want the flower on there, like, and then I want it to go. I want it to match one of the rosettes at the Cultural Center. Is it possible to make
More
them?
than what the place rental is going to be.
Okay,
Yeah.
I would agree that she could be a little challenging at times.
and then it'll open up.
You know, she's elaborate.
Is there anything on the side here? Pockets or?
You did this to
No.
us.
What?
Well, this one, it's kind of. Never mind.
You did.
I think that's.
Don't look at me. What are you looking at me for?
Don't talk him out of anything.
I'm that.
Just eat cookies.
Stop going crazy.
I'm not going crazy, but it's our invitations. They
You
have
just
to
told
look
me not to
nice.
eat cookie.
They don't have to be $100
Yes,
piece.
they do. They have to be beautiful.
No.
People will want to come to the wedding if the
You
invitations
pay
are
for
pretty.
them.
That's not even funny. So just,
Okay, guys.
it's like the start of the wedding. If you have ugly invitations, nobody's gonna want to come to your wedding. Okay.
Really?
Do I get an invitation?
No, you don't get an invitation because it costs $100. You're not allowed to have one.
Good, I don't want one.
I'm not paying for it.
If I don't get an invitation, I don't have to
different
go.
titles. You know, accommodation, maybe
Hey.
whatever.
Kyle said racing's all about me, so this wedding can be whatever vision you have.
I don't know whether it's cheaper to be racing or cheaper to have a wedding, but it's a good thing a wedding's only once.
We're going to taste each of the different foods to try to pick out what we're going to actually serve at our wedding. Long time no see. Right? The kind of food we're looking for is going to have like a really pretty presentation. We want good, normal food. I don't like when you go to restaurants or different places and you have no idea what they're serving you. Like you get the plate, like, What is that?
There's goat cheese. That
Oh.
one has pistachio. This one has sesame seed.
The only food I really care about for the reception is the late night snack with the macaroni and cheese. And I want it out of the box.
What if we did a mac and cheese station late night?
Late night mac and cheese station.
Because Kyle loves literally the Kraft Blue Box mac and cheese. Kyle loves macaroni and cheese, and he was insistent on it being part of the wedding.
The mac and cheese is going to be the hit because anytime that you're late night and you're kind of hungover, that's what you're going to be looking for.
It's gonna depend on how many people come. Oh, we did increase the guest list, didn't we?
Increase?
Yeah. 20 people, right?
Ish. Nobody glare at me or yell at me. I've added a few people to the guest list, but Susan can handle it.
Aren't you maxed at
We're gonna
some
sell
number?
standing room only. No, yeah, we are maxed at a certain number.
We sent out about 350 invites, and we were hoping that a few of them weren't going to show up, but there's still going to be quite a few people there, about 300.
Our families aren't gonna eat, they're just gonna stand.
I don't have family. I have people.
They're not eating. No, I'm kidding. Susan found an amazing cake lady who I know can make a badass wedding cake. All of the layers are shaped after the ring with like the kind of 4-leaf clover shape. That's what that all is. The cake is amazing. It's like 5.5 feet, and there's all these different like stands that are made out of sugar or feathers. It's crazy. It's kind of
I
like,
don't want feathers in my cake.
it's just a stand. It looks really good.
Samantha is extremely busy, and planning a wedding with her is different because we only got to see her a handful of times. She's flying all over the world, enjoying her busy life in the fast lane, so I had to be her eyes and ears on the ground in Chicago. We communicated via text, conference call, email. She had to trust me a lot, so I hope she likes what she sees.
Okay, guys, are you ready? Ready. We are now at Heffen and Morgan, and we are going to meet with Aaron McDonald, who's worked very hard on this. So we're about to see a mini mock-up of your wedding.
There's custom everything. We have vendors flying things in from all over the country. We have multiple different chair types, linen types, everything's custom order. From the die-cut table numbers and the gold stands to the feathers in the centerpieces to the 5 different rental orders we have. And we even have custom chargers and plates and vessels for the candies. The custom round dance floor covered in a marbleized vinyl wrap. You've never seen anything like it.
Oh my God, look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Do you love it? I love it.
We were there, and she goes, "What do you think of that?" And I'm like, "It looks like." She goes, "Okay, well, I like it, so we're going with it."
You know, when you're a little girl and you're thinking about your dream wedding and everything, boys don't do that. So I feel like when it comes to the actual wedding, the boys shouldn't really have a say in the flowers and all that. That's not their area. It's beautiful. I love the feathers. I love it. And I'm doing a lot with feathers and everything, which he thinks is a little weird.
This wedding is all about Samantha. Yes, Kyle's a big part of it, but this is Sam's big day.
I don't like lampshades. I don't know if I love the white top. It's a little too soft. I don't like the sequins. There's things I like and there's things I don't like. I want it to be a wedding that people walk away from and they're like, oh my gosh, this was amazing and this was so great. I don't want just one wow factor. I want the whole night to be a wow factor.
Sam lives in a big way. For being a small girl, Samantha lives very large. I would expect nothing less of her wedding than to be the most spectacular thing that everyone will be talking about.
My mom especially has helped me with this wedding so much.
Samantha is a bride that pays meticulous attention to detail. She has everything on a schedule, and she has taken care of every aspect of the wedding.
Yay! We clap when we like something. When you clap like this, it means something's good. That's what my mom and I have always done when we're excited. So if it gets to this, it's done, it's good, and move on.
Well, she goes down to 48. I wouldn't beat his back bumper off if they would have let me go about 40 laps ago. Stop flipping me off and just drive, you little bitch.
Kyle Busch has stopped the bottom of the racetrack. He pulls away. He takes the spot from Jimmy Johnson. Checkered flag, and it's Kyle Busch and Jimmy Johnson, the top 5.
Now it's time to come home to Charlotte for some wedding planning. Hi, Michael. It's Samantha. The thing I'm most nervous about right now is I had this crazy idea to get my wedding dress designed in Dubai by a designer named Michael Cinco. Yeah, I was just calling to see if we could talk a little bit more about like the dress design and, you know, kind of just some of the elements and whatnot to put on it.
She like one design that has
a lot of details and feathers in it.
And then I'm still debating between either a really like an A-line, a mermaid, or like more of a Cinderella.
I did something with the crystal work on the top, very tight fitting, and she really loved a fairy tale look of a bride.
Michael's making 2 wedding dresses for me. A long formal one for the ceremony and the beginning of the reception, and then a short one so I can dance the night away. We started doing sketches and sending fabric samples. We picked out every aspect of this dress, except every time we talk, he's like, oh, I like this, but I decided to do this, or I changed this.
I make it look impalpable and very fabulous.
I'm just really nervous because, I don't know, I picture what it's gonna be, and I'm afraid I'm gonna see it and just be like, oh my gosh, it's not anything that I thought. And then what do you do?
She likes it.
It has to be perfect because I don't have a plan B. I'm not letting you pick out a tux by yourself.
Oh yeah, we are.
It's ready.
Life as a NASCAR couple is a full-time job. Whether we're traveling from city to city, going to the next race, or going to an appearance, it's a very demanding schedule. And now this year, it's getting even more complicated as we're getting married.
There you see Harvick racing Kyle Busch for position.
Sonova. Oh man, he just spun it. You're on fire, you're on fire. Get out of the race car, bud. Get out of the car. All right, he's out, boys. He's out and he's okay. All right, boys. Pack up. We're done.
Our season just wrapped up at the Homestead race, and now I'm off to Miami to meet Michael Cinco and try on my wedding dress for the very first time. I'm so nervous. I'm getting sweaty.
It's ready.
Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Can I see the back?
It's very couture.
Gosh, I love it.
It's lovely, and I'm glad you like it.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to try it on.
Oh, you look fabulous.
You like it?
It's beautiful. Show me.
Get my train. I love it. Oh,
Yeah, it has to be like that.
It's everything I could have dreamed of and more. He did an amazing job. I love all the beadwork and I love the lines and the feathers. This was the biggest thing that I was worried about, the fit and how it was gonna look. You know, the wedding dress is really what people talk about. That's the different element of every wedding, and I don't think anybody's ever seen a dress like this before.
I put a lot of feathers on the bottom of the dress and she loved it. Just for the record, there were no ostrich being killed to make this dress.
Until you really try on the wedding dress, it doesn't feel like you're getting married. So now I know I gotta get my butt in gear because I'm really getting married. I'm so excited to go shopping today. Today I need a fur, I need dangling earrings, and I definitely need a bracelet. You can get your groomsmen some stuff from here?
Well, yeah, I gotta get them stuff. We've gotta go and do our planning for the tux and everything.
Yeah, let me know when you're doing that, because Ashley and I are coming with you.
Why?
I'm not letting you pick out a tux by yourself.
Oh yeah, we are.
No, you guys aren't coming like pimp suits or something. You're not allowed to go by yourself.
This is for my sick days when I'm in bed. Hey, hello.
Think about it.
Hello.
Be getting divorced real quick then.
Yeah, right.
I don't like furs, but I figure the animal would have been dead by now anyways, because this has got to be like 80 years old. See anything you want?
Yeah. Just because I know.
That's all you have to say, honey. You'll have the best marriage ever.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, poor Kyle. On your wedding day, the bride is the one who's supposed to be all glitz and glammed out. Since it's an old Hollywood vintage wedding, I didn't think there was such thing as too much bling, but...
It's just really, really flashy. It's a great piece, but I don't think you should...
She likes all attention.
I like...
On her.
I like sparkles.
Oh, but it should be.
There's no such thing as too much bling. Kyle and I are here at dance lessons today because we need some help before the wedding. So we thought, you know, we should take a couple lessons so we look good for the wedding.
This is your wedding dance. Are you guys excited?
Yeah.
I'm very excited, I think.
First time dancing together?
Professionally, yeah.
Okay. All right, well, why don't you show me what you guys know together, and then we'll take it from there.
Ready, go.
Today was just kind of showing them what all we already knew.
Walk her forward.
Walk her forward.
There you go. Now allow her to walk around
Toss
you.
her. And then then what do I do with my hand?
And just present your hand for her, and she'll find it.
I think right now in my comfy clothes, I'm doing really good. I'm a little bit nervous when I have my huge dress on, how much more that's gonna add to all the spins and the dips and all that. I think it might make everything a little more challenging.
You're my steering wheel.
Okay.
When I turn, you turn.
Restrictor plate, remember?
Yeah, that too.
Where are you going here?
I don't know.
We have a little bit of trouble knowing what each other's doing, so he kind of either presses on my shoulder blade or moves my arm. It's kind of my signal so that we don't have to go 3, 2, 1 or do the, okay, go.
I probably give better signals on the racetrack of my next move than I might hear dancing given to Sam.
What are you doing now? You went
I don't
into
know.
the other one.
And then,
You got nervous, man. Let's try as a dip. You know, you're gonna have to use a dip at some point in this dance, yeah?
It makes the best
so I'm
picture.
gonna, just like this, see? As she goes down, but keep your chest up.
Ready?
Yeah.
That's actually really good. Excellent.
I think if Kyle and I practice a little bit more at home, we'll definitely be ready for our first dance. Break the moment.
Girls do things differently all the time.
We got to get our tuxes ready and stuff, so what are we doing? What are we getting? I think that we can do like an orange, a blue, a yellow, a green, a purple, like all of us could be all separate colors. Well, considering she's standing right next to me.
I'll meet you there in like 20 minutes. You guys are not doing this on your own. I have a maid of honor, Ashley. She's just the greatest friend anybody could ever ask for. We're not letting the boys pick out their suits on their own. We have a vision of what they need to be in, so we're here to supervise.
I was wanting to do it on my own and just have the guys pick what we wanted to wear, but we all knew that wasn't really going to happen, that the ladies were going to step in and they were going to kind of take over. I don't get to pick Sam's dress, so why does she get to pick my tux? Here we go. What? Oh yeah, come on.
Oh, for sure.
This is it. This is what it is.
They won't be wearing that. How about you guys try what we picked out?
Please.
Please.
We'll try it.
Oh.
Much better.
I don't know. I'm not feeling it.
Finally, we found it. That was it.
They'll take those.
Yeah,
things.
all of those right there. Those are good.
For our bachelorette parties, the girls and I are going to do some pole dancing.
You get the front pole. Bring it down and start warming up the midsection. Around, around, around.
For our bachelor party, the boys wanted to go get a little dirty, so we went paintballing.
I think it's a great way to have a bachelor party. I mean, get all the guys together and shoot each other.
Go, 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 go!
Kyle's getting ready to go get married, so shoot him a couple times for it.
Woo! Winning team!
Are the girls having more fun or the boys? Definitely the girls.
Around we go. Go.
Put him out. I will let go.
Booty up. That is awesome.
If I'm sitting here, I can't even see the bride and groom. We have to fix that.
Doing it wrong.
Tomorrow's the big day, so today I'm bringing my mom with me for my final fitting to give her a little sneak peek at the dress. Hi, Samantha. I have a bunch of people with me today. My mom came with me, my matron of honor, Tara, who's been my best friend since Purdue days, my girlfriend, Ashley, who's my maid of honor, along with Jacqueline, who is a bridesmaid, and my little brother's girlfriend came too. I can't wait for my mom to see me in my dress.
I'm getting very emotional. I can't wait to see her in it.
I think my mom is gonna burst into tears the second she sees me in my dress. Oh my gosh. Oh crap, I'm crying.
Oh my God. It's beautiful. When I first saw Sam in her dress, my breath was taken away. I'm so overcome with emotions. She's just beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I love it.
It's perfect for you.
Okay, I gotta breathe.
Wait, you ready?
Yay! We clap. I can't wait till her father sees her in a dress. He's just gonna be so overcome with emotions. It's gonna be beautiful to see.
I'm getting married tomorrow. I think that it really hit me that I'm getting married, and I'm so excited that I just keep crying all the time. I love you.
I love you too. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
Samantha's vision was very complex, and the design is so over the top that the load-in is taking 2 full days. The biggest challenge of this wedding is making sure that everything gets done on time and it's perfect.
After my mom and I went and tried on the dress, we met up with the rest of the bridal party from Manny's and Petty's, and of course champagne. I'm just looking for a color for the girls that's close to this. Sometimes I look back at 3 years ago, being at Purdue and being in college and promo girl, partying, and now suddenly I'm only 24, Kyle's 25, he owns a race team, we have a business we are adults. I'm not nervous at all to get married. You know, Kyle's my best friend. Whether something good or bad happens, he's the first one I run to and I call. I mean, this is something I've dreamed of my whole life, and I just know he's the one.
To Samantha, the hard part's over. You just gotta go with the rest. It's gonna be what's gonna be. It's gonna be fabulous. And welcome to the family. You're gonna be a Busch.
Cheers!
Cheers!
I want you to sit in each chair, okay? And I want you to make sure that it's comfortable. If I'm sitting here, I can't even see the bride and groom. We have to fix that. We want to make sure, I want you to make sure, we want to make sure, I want to make sure, gotta make sure that there's a seamless transition from the floor to the dance floor. We don't want them tripping. We've paid for these linens, we want them to flow and hit the ground, okay? Never push your chair in. We don't want people to trip. What are they gonna do here? Okay? Let's go.
You guys are just kind of hanging out in the room, some pizza. I went down to the girls' room and they're definitely have the full production going.
I think we're getting ready with about 12 girls or so. We've got my mom, Kyle's mom. I have 6 bridesmaids. We have a flower girl. I always like to go big and glamorous.
I feel good. I slept in a little bit and had a good night's sleep, so no nervousness or nothing setting in.
I'm not nervous about getting married. I know, like, Kyle's my best friend, man of my dreams, not worried about that.
Well, Samantha and I, we exchanged our gifts this morning. She sent me cufflinks, seeing as though I didn't have any here. I sent her birthstone earrings.
These are so pretty. They're really pretty. Kyle and I wrote each other love letters. Receiving his just made my whole morning. The words in there and his feelings and what he expressed, I'll always hold it dear to my heart. That was really cute.
Oh, that's very nice. That's sweet.
It just really set the perfect tone for the day.
I'm almost a little teary.
Hey, we finally got Kyle to cry. Shed a little tear. Look at him.
We're gonna have to be doing this all day. I'm sure I'm gonna be sobbing all the way down the aisle.
It goes. I'm the only one that screwed up.
Is it still poof?
Dude.
Mom! I needed you like a million times.
Keep doing it wrong.
You can turn.
Yeah, practice.
We are almost ready. The girls are all dressed. They're looking beautiful.
All right, this is one of the moments I'm waiting for.
Oh crap, I'm already crying. No. Okay, you have to go away.
It only took a second for me to show my emotions, 1 second. And that's how I am, you know, and she looks beautiful. I mean, what else could I say?
Okay, I'm not prejudiced, but I think what is the most beautiful bride I've ever seen.
You nervous? I'm good. I'm not nervous. I mean, if it's something,
now, right?
Huh?
You already know.
If it's something that you want, it's something that you know, it's something that you're gonna do. No nervousness.
Damn Chicago weather.
We're on our way to the church, right?
Bye, Dad!
Gotta start crying. Oh, you? Why did he yours? You were my first, and then he's the baby. The baby.
Am I even? Or do I need to?
In the name of the Sarsanella and Busch families, we welcome all of you to Holy Name Cathedral Parish.
Watching her grow up, there's a little moment there that you know, it hurts. And yeah, I'm sure I'm going to shed a tear. But what are you going to do? I think every dad would be like that. Giving their little girl away, it's an emotional thing, you know? It's not something you do every day.
When the doors opened and I see Samantha, it was unbelievable. I had the tears within my eyes, but I was able to hold the tears back. Still, I was trembling quite heavily.
I'm walking down the aisle and I know I'm going to lose it. And then I see Kyle standing there and I am sobbing.
What happened, baby? How are you?
I'm so great.
Yeah?
My dear friends, I ask you now, with hands joined and facing one another, to declare your consent before God and the Church. I, Kyle, take you, Samantha.
I, Kyle, take you, Samantha.
To be my wife.
To be my wife. I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health. I will love you and honor you all the days of my life.
I, Samantha, take you, Kyle.
I, Samantha, take you, Kyle.
To be my husband.
To be my husband. I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health. I will love you and honor you all the days of my life.
By the authority vested in me by the state of Illinois and the Archdiocese of Chicago, I now pronounce you husband and wife, and what God has joined, no one must ever divide. So it is now my privilege to introduce to you the most recently married couple in Cook County. So please join in welcoming and congratulating them, Mr. and Mrs. Kyle and Samantha Busch.
Getting introduced at the wedding as Mr. and Mrs. Kyle Busch is such an awesome feeling. I love you. We did it.
Yeah? I got you.
It was the most amazing feeling walking out of the church as the new Mr. and Mrs. Busch. All of our friends and family were outside clapping, and it was just such a great feeling. And we paused at the top and we kissed, and it was great.
Samantha was not afraid to be different. Some of the things we're doing are very brave, to the point of she was really pushing the envelope with a lot of the things that we did. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're received.
Okay, guys, let's go greet the bride and groom.
Let's party! We get to see the room before everybody. It looks amazing. I cannot believe how beautiful everything is. I feel like it's been months of planning and picking every flower and every linen and every drink, everything down to the last detail. And to see it all come together, seeing all the centerpieces and the linens and everything else, it's so pretty. And so that unique, different feel, you know, it's got feathers and roses, but then there's orchids thrown in, and just It's so funky and I love it.
It's very special to have the opportunity to see the room without having everybody else in there, and how special everything was. All of what was put together and designed by just one lady right here that she did an immaculate job.
How fun is this?
Please welcome our new bride and groom, Mr. and Mrs. Kyle Busch.
The cake is insane. It's 6 feet tall?
Something like that.
6 feet tall, gorgeous, pearlized, the shape of the cake. Each tier is the shape of my engagement ring. It's unbelievable.
This Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to ask Samantha and Kyle to join us in the center of the dance floor for their official first dance as husband and wife.
Oh, crap. Can we just sway?
Yeah.
Just sway. All that practice.
All of our practice and everything kind of goes
Out
to
the
waste
window.
because of her dress is very immobile.
I had no idea I'd be wearing like hula hoops around the bottom of me. They're so hard to walk in, but we're gonna make it through it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rest of you are welcome to come join us on the dance floor.
Hey, you want to dance, buddy?
Come join us.
I'm going to get the hell out of this dress! I'm running out and putting on my short dress because as beautiful as this dress is, I am dying in it.
Kyle was so damn sexy tonight.
This is technically the end of a decade, so for 2010 to go out in a bang like we are tonight was pretty special, and to have all the people that we have here tonight. It's not just family, it's not just friends, but it's people that they like being here and cherishing this special moment with us.
Time to get the party started, New Year's Eve. Countdown now, right?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm really excited to be Mrs. Kyle Busch, and I think our life together is going to be amazing.